Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective. My name is Joy Poe, and with me is Stephanie. This is going to be episode one of Kairos Adventures, and we are going to explore Orlando's Kairos Adventures on Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective. Um, Welcome to Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective, Stephanie.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks for having me. It's pretty cool. I've never been on a podcast, so here we go.
So, give me five things for me to know about you and get to know about you.
Ooh, five things. Okay. Um, Here we go. Well, everybody knows my name now, so it's Stephanie. And I went to school for sports medicine. So that's one thing. I was born in Puerto Rico, and I love the beach. I love water. I love the sand. I My favorite class to take at Kairos is actually music or ballet. Interesting enough. And the last thing is that I this is so good. My favorite color is purple. There we
Okay,
go.
so tell me how did you end up in the Cairo staff in in the special needs community?
Yeah, so not to make it like a long story, but
It's okay.
thank you, but before Kairos Adventures started, I actually met Miss Heather, and when I was 14 years old. Yeah, so we used to go to a church together, and I became a volunteer for her in the special needs ministry that was at that church. And then a couple years later, then a program started about the arts, and I was just a volunteer because I went to school. And then when I graduated school in 2019, she was like, "Hey, what do you think about working here?" And I was like, "That would be a lot of fun." So we started there. And then when she decided to open Kairos Adventures, she invited me along for the journey. And I said yes. And that is how I got connected to Kairos.
Now, which Cairo's location did you start with first?
So I got to open Sanford with Heather and a couple people, like volunteers, and we started with 18. There's only, well, with me and Heather and a couple other people, there was probably 24 of us all together in Sanford. So that's where we
Um,
started.
and then where did you end up next?
Yeah, that's a great question. And then we have a cool, amazing relationship with Shepherd Ministries. So our friends Rebecca and Kevin. And so Altamont came next. And then the last location was actually Orlando. And Miss Cheryl, the pastor here, she knows Miss Marty, and they chatted, and she said, "We would love to have your group here." And so we started here in 2023 only on Fridays. No, in 2024, sorry, only on Fridays. And look at now, we're Monday through Thursday, which is crazy.
Um, now, um, now what are give me a list of some activities that my listeners could look forward to if they decided to join Kairos.
Yeah. And then we'll have to know what your favorite activity to do here. But things that we do, since we're all about the art, we offer music, choir, martial arts, culinary arts, theater. We offer music video. We offer visual arts. We value building relationships in the community. And so we have service projects, so community service, as a lot of people will know it as. And I mean, it's in our name. So the other one is Adventures Club. And that's when we go on field trips and explore the community and go on adventures together. So those are a couple things that we do here.
Now, what is the challenge and choices that you've made um, by bouncing from one location to another?
That's a great question. So I would say the biggest, that's a really good question. I would say the biggest choice was wanting to grow as a professional by moving locations and learning to do more things without a huge team behind me. And a challenge, I would say, was coming to each location and learning all the things that it takes to be part of that location and what is allow like what are the things that we can and cannot do in those locations, the new people that we get to work with in those locations, new artists, new families. So I would say it's a fun challenge and it's a good challenge, but I would say that's the biggest challenge when it came to moving to different locations.
Now you also told me that you also coach soccer as well. What is it
Mm-hmm.
like dealing with special needs, like with Kairos and also with soccer?
Yeah, so I do coach soccer, and I actually don't work with kids with special needs on my team. I actually, I don't know, it's just my team, and we all have different needs on how maybe we learn the game of soccer or how we play the game of soccer. So I would say that's really cool about coaching. And then being at Kairos is different because you guys are my peers, which is different than when I coach, right? So I coach kids and they're 9 and 10 years old. And
Yeah.
so those are not my peers because I'm 30. But when it comes to being at Kairos, I really get to come and hang out with people that are my age or older. And so it's more of a friendship than a like teacher, student thing, if that makes sense. So here I get to hang out with my friends, and when I'm coaching, I'm the coach, I'm the one in charge, kind of a thing. So I would say that's the best part about being here at Kairos is I get to hang out with people that are my friends, and then when I coach, I do love little kids. So that's the fun in both.
How did you meet Marty and Heather and Lucas?
Great. Yeah. So, Heather, like I said, I met her when I was 14 because she ran a ministry at a church that I used to attend. And then Marty, I met her when I was probably 15 or 16. And she was helping Heather out one time. And so we did a buddy break together. And that's how I got to meet her. And Lucas, we actually did buddy break together. So we didn't really hang out all the time, but we were in the same volunteering group. And then we kind of just grew from there. And then we both started working for the same place. And then, yeah, that's how we know each other now.
Um, Now, how could anybody with special needs like either be a volunteer or work for Kairos?
That's a great question. I feel like I'm probably not the best person to ask that because I'm not in charge. So that's a Heather question. But I will say, giving your time to something that's you know, bigger, I guess, being part of a community is, I think, a great way to start is when you're part of Kairos is taking the community service class and signing up for the day when we do community service, because that's a great way to give back. And I always think that when you volunteer for a place, you want to give back to that place. And I think if anyone with any ability is looking for a place to pour into, or for a place to pour into them, you should start there. Come check it out, book a tour, and see kind of where you go from there.
Now, how could any of my listeners join Kairos?
It's a great question. So you can start by going online and filling out a couple informational questions, and someone on our team will reach out. Or you can email the Kairos email and express your interest, and someone will contact. But kind of the steps in order to be part of Kairos is you start with that, reaching out for information. Then you book a tour depending on where you want to go, right? So we're in Orlando, in Altamont, and in Sanford. So whatever is more convenient to you. And after booking a tour, then you do an informational orientation, which is kind of just tells you about all the things that we do, what's expected of everybody, and then from there you get one free day to come and check it out. And you can come, see if you like it, see if it's a good fit for you and your family, and then you start from there. So those are kind of the steps in order to be part of Kairos.
So how many years have you been with Kairos?
I have been with Kairos since it opened, and so this year we turned 3 years old on January 9th.
Wow, that is so cool.
I know. It's a lot of fun.
Um, what other friendships have you developed with other teachers, like with Kaylee and stuff?
Yeah, this is so fun. So I actually got to meet Kaylee when I met Marty. And so I met them when I was a teenager. And it was right around the same time that I also met Heather. And friendships that I've developed, they have become lifelong friends of mine. And I not only get to work with them and lead alongside them, but I also get to count on them as friends when it comes to other things outside of Kairos.
All right. So I just wanted to like let everybody know that you guys can join Kairos. They it starts like through Monday through Thursday. Fridays are off. So if anybody wants to join Kairos, this is your chance to go like on the Kairos Facebook page, fill out the registration form, email them, and then book a tour, and then choose the location that you want to go to, and then you're in Kairos. I wanted to thank my podcast listeners for listening to this first episode of Challenges and Choices, a special needs perspective. I wanted to thank Stephanie for joining me, and stay tuned for episodes from some of my friends and their experience with Kairos coming soon.